Rochdale 13 on Kilshaw after a tough defeat at home to Leigh. Bit of a funny one. You thought you were excellent in the first half, especially the first sort of 15 minutes, and then it turned into a real sort of arm wrestle, scrappy second half. What were your thoughts on it?
Yeah, look, we wanted to be competitive, and get Leigh into a grind. They've not been used to that much in the Championship, especially against sides that aren't in the top four. And I thought we did that. I just thought, having the ascendancy at 12-0, we invited them back into the game with, a poor kick chase and a couple of penalties, and then we kicked out on the full from the kick-off. And other than that, in the first half, our completions were high, and we did challenge them. Second half, obviously we've not scored at a point. We didn't have any territory really, and then when we did, we made a couple of errors, and all we've done second half is defend, and we defended really well. We defended manfully. To let them score a try, I want to have another look at it, but to let a ball bounce at that level, it's criminal. We can't do that, and it's you wouldn't get away with that, playing on the park. You wouldn't get away with that at amateur level, and you certainly don't get away with that at Championship. And we've got to be better in that situation and those situations, and that's what's happening to us in this Shield. We could have won every game in this Shield, but those moments we've got to manage them better. And when we're under the pump like that, it's our attention to detail again. Listen, I'm happier than I was last week. And for me now, it's all about Dewsbury. I think 2 finals ahead of us. Make sure we win those 2 games, and let's see where we're at after them.
And it was a real tough second half. You probably look back at the stats, and for them to only score 8 points is massive. You defended some unbelievable stuff, bodies on the line stuff, and then as it sort of opened up in the last sort of 10 minutes, there was just nothing left in the tank to attack.
It took it out of us, didn't it? I said we had no territory. Leigh ramped up second half, and we couldn't get out of our own half, could we? And even with a good couple of kicks, they just got the momentum, and then it became scrappy. A couple of sin bins there. Again, I'm not going to comment on them. We'll have a look back at them. Just there was no flow to the game, and in the first half, when there was flow to it, it suited us. So. Look, our defence has been really good in this Shield campaign. Against some of these teams. Leigh put plenty of points on Swinton last week, and they came here probably with that in mind as well. So we can take confidence from that, but we've got to make sure we defend like that against Dewsbury. It's all okay turning up and doing that against Leigh, and they're a full-time side, but we've got to make sure we do it next week and the week after.
And the referee came in from criticism throughout the game. So Michael trying to critique his performance at half-time. What was your thoughts on that?
Oh, look, I just thought first half he had total control of the game. He gave penalties which were right for both sides. Second half, I thought the whistle probably went away a little bit, and that's why the game turned into chaos at times, didn't it? It was a little bit scrappy, and I think if it had been ref the first half like the second half, we wouldn't have had any issues. Look, we can evidence that we've not been getting the rub of the green lately. Take example last week, a player gets sin bin for elbowing Danny Yates, and he gets a 2-game ban. So for me, that says he should have got a red card. And we just want these next 2 games that they're on the line, and hopefully we'll have an experienced officials for both of the games, and the games will be refed consistently.
And some really good individual performances as well today. Richard Lapori, absolute standout. Danny Yates, best game in a long time. Seta Taller as well, really good today. And the Adamson brothers. What did you make of their performances?
Yeah, look, players are out of contract, and whether they stay at Rochdale or they go elsewhere, it's that time of year, and they're stepping up. There's many factors motivating these players at the moment. The first and foremost, we want to win. We want to get that elusive win. We want to stay up. We want to use that lifeline we've been given. And like I said, the other thing is, they're all coming out of contract, and they want to play for their future and their livelihoods. I thought Richard's try was outstanding. I thought again, both of our tries were outstanding. And we've let in a couple of really scrappy ones, and that's disappointing. But 1 to 17 we were outstanding today, or 16. Obviously we didn't use Gaskell. He's been out for a long time, and we didn't want to use him if we didn't need to. There's some sore bodies on there, but we've got to get back on the horse and go again on Tuesday night, and make sure the lads do their own rehab tomorrow, because it's a big week. It's one of the biggest weeks probably in Rochdale's history, in terms of we've got to get this victory and give ourselves a chance going into the final round.
And Dewsbury next week, last home game, your last home game here before you leave at the end of the season. How will your prep go this week?
Like I say, we'll be treating this as a final. We've got to be more desperate than them to win. We've got to got to take it to that last game. Obviously we're 2 points behind Swinton, and we've got to try and rely on ourselves to get that win next week, and obviously hope that results elsewhere go our way. Hopefully Featherstone will beat Swinton, obviously, but they're going to be in the same mindset. They're going to think that one win will see them safe. So we've just got to totally focus on us. We'll have a good week's prep. There's a number of players moving on, there's staff moving on, and it'd be good to send those people off with a victory.